Now we are going to talk about some financial stuffs. Under that, we are going to talk about three main things: income statement, balance sheet, and the cash flow. As the first step, we'll move to the income statement. Income statement means the financial statement that talk about the revenues, expenses, and profit or loss of the company. So by looking at the income statement, we can find whether we are having a profit or a loss. What are the revenues we are earning? What are the expenses we need to have? Then what is the profit or loss of that company? So over a period of time, we are finding what are the revenues and the expenses, and finally the profit and the loss. Income statement එකකදී අපි කරන්නේ යම්කිසි define time period එකකට අපිට තියෙන ආදායම් මොනවද, තියෙන වියදම් මොනවද කියලා බලලා මෙන්න මේවා හරහා අපිට ලැබෙන profit එක හෝ loss එක, ලාභය හෝ අලාභය සොයා ගන්න එක. Right? So there are three main things as we discussed. Revenues, all the revenues. Here you need to include all the revenues you are getting. Maybe the sales revenues, revenues from any other source. Then expenses. Here all the expenses, all the cost, tax, and all the other things. Then finally we are going for the profit or loss we earn. Right? So before move to the income statement, we are going to discuss what are the 7 things that should be included in the income statement. Income statement එකක තිබිය යුතුම අංග 7 මොනවාද? Even in a very simple income statement also, we need to include these 7 things for sure. Right? The first one is revenues. Adaya. So under these revenues, you need to write all your revenues and then get the total revenues. Api revenues කියන එක තමයි පළවෙනි දේ. Then cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. Right? This is important. Here we are finding what is the cost that we had for the goods we have already sold out. මෙතන අපි cost එක බලන්නේ අපි නිෂ්පාදනය කරලා තියෙන භාණ්ඩවලට නෙමෙයි. අපි නිෂ්පාදනය කරලා මේ වෙනකොටත් විකුණලා තියෙන භාණ්ඩ සඳහා අපිට ගියපු වියදම තමයි cost of goods sold. So this sold word is very important. විකුණලා තියෙන භාණ්ඩවලට ගියපු වියදම. The third one, gross profit. Gross profit. What do you mean by gross profit? It is total revenues, this one, minus cost of goods sold. පළවෙනි එකෙන් revenues මුළු ආදායම් වලින් මෙන්න මේ දෙවෙනි එක cost of goods sold කියන එක අඩු කළාම ඔයාලට මේ තුන්වෙනි එකට උත්තරය හම්බ වෙනවා, gross profit කියන එක. Fourth one, expenses. Expenses means වියදම්. So you need to include all the expenses you had, then get the total of that expenses. මේකත් revenues වගේමයි expenses ටික එකින් එක ලියාගෙන ගිහලා ඒකේ total එක හොයන්න ඕන. That is the fourth one. Fifth one, net profit before tax. Net profit before tax. Tax එක ගෙවන්න කලින් තියෙන net profit එක. That is, net profit means revenue minus cost of goods sold and the expenses. මෙන්න මේ cost of goods sold කියන එකයි total expenses ඔය එකතු කරලා ඒ එන අගය total revenues වලින් අඩු කළාම අපිට එනවා net profit before tax කියන එක. net profit එක ගන්න එහෙනම් total revenue එකෙන් අපි අඩු කරනවා cost of goods sold කියලා අපි දෙවෙනියට ලියපු වගේයි all expenses කියලා හතරවෙනි එකයි. Then sixth element, tax. tax එක ඔයාලා pay කරන tax එක. Seventh and the final element, net profit. What do you mean by net profit now? Revenue minus cost of goods sold, expenses and tax. Net profit. Net profit before tax kiyanne revenue එකෙන් cost of goods sold and expenses අඩු කරනවා. එහෙනම් net profit කියන්නේ දැන් අපි tax එකක් ගෙවලා එහෙනම් revenues වලින් cost of goods sold, expenses and tax කියන ඔක්කොම අඩු කළා. මේ කියන්නේ මේ පළවෙනි එකෙන් අපි අඩු කරනවා දෙවෙනි එක, හතරවෙනි එක සහ හයවෙනි එක. එතකොට අපිට හම්බෙනවා net profit කියන එක. So sometimes in some cases you may find net income. Net income before tax. Gross income. මේ profit කියන වචන වලට income කියන වචනේත් එක්කත් income statement හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. It's also fine, right? Net profit වෙනකොට income කියන වචනේත් හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. So those are the 7 elements. First the revenue with the total of it, cost of goods sold second, third one gross profit. Gross profit එක අපි හොයන්නේ revenues වලින් cost of goods sold අඩු කරලා. හතරවෙනි එක expenses. Here also we need to get the total of that. Then fifth one net profit before tax, 6 tax, 7 one net profit, right? So those are the 7 elements you need to include it in the income statement for sure, right? So for the better understanding, we'll do an example for the income statement. Here there is a very important point you need to remember, that is when you are writing or when you are answering income statement, the first step should be, before you start your income statement, write down the topic income statement and then the time period. Let's say year ending 31st December 31st 2019. This is the first step of an income statement. Income statement එක ලියන්න පටන් ගන්න කලින් මෙන්න මේක මුලින්ම මාතෘකාව විදියට උඩින් ලියන්නම ඕනේ. Income statement කියලා ලියුවා අපේ time period එක ලියමු. Right? Then we start writing. Let's say first one is revenues. Let's say we are having revenue, sales revenues. Let's say 400,000. Then revenues from trainings selling අපිට ලැබිච්ච ආදායම 100,000. Then third one total revenue. මේ දෙකේ දැන් අපි revenues වර්ග දෙකක් ලියුවා. ඒ දෙකේ එකතුව ලියනවා. 400 into 100 500,000. ලක්ෂ 5යි අපේ මුළු ආදායම. Then the second one is cost of good sold. Here I am writing the short letters because I don't have enough space here, but you need to write down these points in the correct format. Cost of goods sold, you need to write all the spells, right? Let's say cost of goods sold is 150,000. 1,50,000. Then third point is gross profit. How to find the gross profit? Total revenue minus cost of goods sold. ලක්ෂ 5න් 1,50,000 අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ. So our gross profit is this 350,000. Next point, expenses. Let's say now we are categorizing our expenses. First one is salary. Let's say 100,000. Then advertisement expenses. Let's say 25,000. Then bill payments. Bill payments means electricity bills, water bills, telephone bills, all. Let's say it's also 25,000. Then we'll get the total expenses. What is? Salary වලට ලක්ෂයක් ගෙවලා advertisement වලට 25,000ක්, bill payments වලට 25,000. ඒතර අපිට ගිහිලා තියෙන ඔක්කොම expenses ගත්තාම 1,50,000. Right. Then our fifth point, I'm going here because I don't have enough space under there. මට මේක දිගටම ලියාගෙන යන්න ඉඩ නැති නිසා තමයි මේ පැත්තට යන්නේ. When you are doing, you need to continue this long. ඔයාලා ලියද්දී කොලේ දිගටම පහළට තමයි ලියාගෙන යන්න ඕනේ, right? Then next point, net profit before tax. Now remember what is the net profit before tax means? Total revenue minus cost of goods sold and total expenses. Net profit before tax කියන්නේ මුළු ආදායමෙන් total revenue කියන එකෙන් මේ cost of goods sold සහ total expenses මෙන්න මේ දෙක අඩු කරපුවා නේද ගන්න. එහෙනම් ලක්ෂ 5න් 1,50,000යි තවත් 1,50,000. ලක්ෂ 5න් මේ දෙක එකතු ලක්ෂ 3ක් අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ලක්ෂ 2යි. 200,000 we are getting at the net profit. Then next point, tax. Let's say we are having a tax of 25,000. Then finally, net profit. What is that? Revenue minus cost of goods sold, all expenses and tax. Revenue again, cost of goods sold, expenses and tax. කියන තුනම අඩු කළාම තමයි අපිට net profit එක එන්නේ. එහෙනම් ලක්ෂ 5න් 1,50,000ක් තවත් 1,50,000ක් 25,000ක් අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ 175,000. So here you see we are having a net profit. අපිට බලන්න එහෙම calculate කරගෙන යද්දී බැරි වෙලාවත් revenue එකට වඩා expenses තුන වැඩි වෙලා නම් අපිට loss එකක් එන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? So this is a very simple income statement, and these are the elements you need to include it. There are 7 elements I have mentioned, and the objective or the advantages of having this income statement is we are giving an idea to the investors or maybe to our managers whether we are made money or lost money. Right? That means whether we are having a profit or a loss. අපි සල්ලි හම්බ කරනවාද සියන සල්ලි ටිකක් නැති කරගන්නවා. කියන එක අපි අපේ investors වලට නැත්නම් අපේ managers වලට අපිට මේකෙන් පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන්. And here we need to follow these procedure in making the income statement. Especially I have make a note here because I'm doing these lessons basically focusing on the students who are doing their degrees or diplomas in science or other streams, not the management. That is why I'm using very simple formats and very simple examples here. Otherwise they won't understand. So you can follow this format when you need, right? So there are so many other formats and very comprehensive methods to do this, but this is the very simple one. So you can follow this format and this example to understand what is income statement very clearly.